Have you ever wondered why life sometimes feels like an uphill journey? It's a question as old as humanity itself. The answer lies in Romans 12, a biblical passage that beautifully illustrates the power of perseverance. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. These words carry a profound resonance, a timeless truth that underscores the human experience. To rejoice in hope is to embrace optimism in the face of adversity. It's to believe in the possibility of a brighter tomorrow, even when today seems overcast with clouds of despair. It's to understand that sunrises always follow the darkest nights. Hope is the lighthouse that guides us through life's stormy seas. Being patient in tribulation, on the other hand, is about enduring hardship with grace. It's about standing firm when the winds of life blow fiercely, knowing that they are but temporary gusts on the journey to tranquility. It's about holding on to faith when the path ahead seems foggy and uncertain. Patience is the anchor that keeps us steady amidst life's turbulent tides. And being constant in prayer, that's about maintaining a dialogue with the divine, an open line of communication with the eternal. It's about seeking guidance in moments of confusion, comfort in times of sorrow, and gratitude in periods of joy. Prayer is the compass that directs us towards spiritual north. These three elements, hope, patience, and prayer, are the cornerstones of perseverance. They're the tools we need to navigate life's uphill journey, to climb the mountain of our potential. They remind us that the view from the top is worth every challenging step, every painful stumble. Life's trials and tribulations are not roadblocks, but stepping stones. They're not meant to break us, but to build us. They teach us resilience, fortitude, and courage. They shape us into the individuals we are meant to be. So remember, the key is to rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. The journey may be uphill, but the power of perseverance makes us capable climbers. With hope as our guide, patience as our anchor, and prayer as our compass, we are equipped to ascend life's highest peaks. Strength is not just about physical power, is it? It's a question that invites us to delve deeper, to explore the concept of inner strength. And where better to find guidance on this subject than in the timeless wisdom of the Bible? In the book of Psalms, we find these words, "Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord." This passage is a gentle yet powerful reminder that strength is not just about the might of our muscles, but the courage of our hearts. It's about standing firm in the face of adversity, holding on to hope when the world seems bleak, and patiently waiting for the Lord's timing. But what does it mean to wait for the Lord? To some, it might sound like a call to inaction, a suggestion to simply sit back and let things happen. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. Waiting for the Lord is an active, intentional process. It means trusting in His promises, even when we can't see the outcome. It means keeping our faith, even when we are faced with challenges and tribulations. And in this waiting, there is strength, a strength that comes from surrendering our timelines, our plans, our control, and placing them in the hands of the Lord. It's a strength that empowers us to face any challenge, to endure any hardship, and to persist in the face of any obstacle. But more than that, it's a strength that brings courage to our hearts. The courage to hope, the courage to believe, and the courage to continue on, no matter what lies ahead. It's a courage that doesn't ignore the realities of our struggles, but rather confronts them head-on, with the conviction that we are not alone in our battles. For the Lord is with us every step of the way. So, let's take a moment to reflect on this, to consider the strength and courage that are available to us, if only we have the patience to wait for the Lord. So let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord. What is the secret to being content in life? That's a question as old as time. The Apostle Paul gives us a clue in his letter to the Philippians. He says, "I know how to be brought low, and I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need." So, what is this secret Paul speaks of? It's the ability to maintain a steady heart, regardless of circumstances. It's understanding that our worth is not determined by our circumstances, but by the steadfast love of our Creator. It's the tranquility that comes from knowing that our lives are in the hands of a God who loves us beyond measure. You see, contentment is not about having everything we want. Instead, it's about being satisfied with what we have, knowing that we are loved and cared for by a gracious God. It's about understanding that our circumstances, whether we're facing plenty or hunger, abundance or need, do not define us. This kind of contentment, Paul tells us, is not something that comes naturally. It's a learned skill. It's something that we cultivate through prayer, through faith, and through the daily practice of leaning on God in every situation. But why is contentment so important? Why should we strive for it? Well, contentment is closely tied to perseverance. When we're content, we're less likely to give up when times get tough. We're more likely to keep pushing forward, trusting that God is with us every step of the way. Contentment is a shield against despair. It's a beacon of hope in the midst of hardship. It's the firm foundation that allows us to stand strong when the winds of change and uncertainty blow. So let's strive for contentment. Let's learn to be satisfied with what we have, while always seeking to grow and improve. Let's remember that our worth is not defined by our circumstances, but by the love of our Creator. Remember, in any and every circumstance, we have the power to remain content. What is the most powerful force in the world? Some might say it's the force of nature or the power of the mind. But let's delve into a different perspective today. Let's talk about love and endurance. In the biblical passage, we find these words: love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. This is not just a statement, but a profound truth that can transform our lives. Picture love as a mighty river, flowing with relentless strength. It bears all things, much like a river carries along everything in its path. It's a force that holds us together, even in the face of adversity, binding us in unity and compassion. Love is the foundation upon which we build our relationships, our communities, our world. Now imagine belief as the compass that guides us through life. It keeps us oriented, even when we're lost in the wilderness of doubt and uncertainty. It's the spark that ignites our dreams, the fuel that keeps them alive. Belief is the anchor that holds us steady, even in the stormiest of seas. And hope, oh, hope is the lighthouse in the dark, the beacon that guides us to safe harbor. It's the promise of a new day, the assurance of a better tomorrow. Hope is the song that the heart sings when all seems lost, the melody that carries us through the darkest nights. But what about endurance? Endurance is the grit and determination that helps us persevere, even when the road gets tough. It's the fire in our belly that propels us forward, the resolve that keeps us going when we feel like giving up. Endurance is the testament of our spirit, the proof of our resilience. Love, belief, hope, and endurance. These are not just words. They are the pillars that uphold our lives, the virtues that define us. They are the tools that help us navigate the rough waters of life, the compass that guides us towards our true north. So, let us remember to love, believe, hope, and endure in all things. For this is the power that can move mountains, the force that can change the world. This is the essence of our humanity, the spirit that makes us who we are. What is the promise that we have from God? It is a question that weaves its way through the tapestry of our lives, threading itself into the fabric of our joys, our trials, our hopes, our fears. The divine promise we find in the Scriptures is one of hope and reward. The Bible, in its profound wisdom, encourages us, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." What does this mean? It is an assurance, an affirmation that our efforts, our perseverance, our unwavering commitment to doing good will not be in vain. The seeds we plant today through acts of kindness, love and compassion will yield a harvest in due course. But the Scripture also warns us against growing weary. It's easy to become disillusioned when we don't see immediate results or when our endeavors are met with challenges. We might question the worth of our efforts, the value of our commitment. Yet the divine promise is clear, for in due season we will reap. There is a season for everything, a time for planting and a time for reaping. The fruits of our labor may not always be visible immediately, but they are sure to come when the time is right. The promise is not just of reward, but of hope. Hope that our actions have meaning, hope that our love makes a difference, hope that amidst the hardships, There is a purpose that unfolds in divine time and order. This hope is not a passive waiting, but an active engagement in doing good, in being a source of light and love in the world. It is a call to remain steadfast, to not give up, even when the going gets tough. The promise of God is a beacon of light in the darkness, a guiding star in our journey of life. It is a reminder that our labor is not in vain, that our efforts bear fruit, that our love makes a difference. So let us never grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up.